day, friends. Thank you for joining us for our pre-full moon garden visualization in Libra. Let's continue to build our healing garden as a group, as usual, at some point within the 12 hours prior to each full moon, as DK instructed us to do so. To each full moon, meeting DK there, turning our garden into a shrine of consecration, and intending to offer our garden as a chalice for the love of hierarchy to be poured in selfless service to humanity. Let's gather in our garden, but before doing so, let's briefly align with our own soul by raising the consciousness into the head, as high in the head as you can. Now carry that consciousness upward through the astral body. Visualize it to be a serene, calm, and limpid, as if you can see right through, just like you would see right through to the sand in the sea. Then feel as if you're floating upwards, this time into the mental body. And this mental body is one-pointed and at the right point of tension. Just like a searchlight is directed upward towards the sky, towards a beautiful lotus. Visualize it fully open, scintillating with light and pulsating like a living heart, as a symbol of your soul body. Then place yourself right in the center, on the bluey white diamond in the core of your lotus. The color of Buddhi. And now realize that you, the personality, and you, the soul, are one. One in consciousness. This is where we reside. This sacred space is home. Now from that point, definitely and consciously assume the attitude of the observer. That is the soul, detached and objective. Observe your personality below and see your etheric body, and see energy flowing freely up and down the etheric spine. Now consciously throw soul energy down into the center of the base of the spine. And you may use indigo blue light, the color of love. If you don't know the color of your soul ray. And now in your imagination, raise it slowly via the 5 centers, up the etheric spine, then to the ajna, then to the crown, and up into the soul body. And say the soul mantra with conviction, knowing who you really are. I am the soul. I am light divine. I am will. I am love. I am fixed design. And sound one Om as if you were the soul, sounding that Om, carrying love and power into all your vehicles. And now let's enter our garden. We stroll through arches of climbing roses. Master KH, favorite flower. Clusters of flowers in abundance overhead. And choose the colors that you like. And let the roses gently caress your face as you walk through. Breathe in the delicate aroma of the cascading, colorful roses percolating through the air. Small, trimmed emerald green bushes line the stony pathway. And as you walk, hear the crunch of the stones under your steps. Really enhance all your inner senses of smell, sight, hearing, and touch. And along an embankment at the end of the archway, there are rows and rows of flowers, flowers of different hues and harmonizing tones of red, yellow, pink, or white, all sorts of colors. And as you create these rows, we include our favorite flowers. The blooms shed fresh petals on the path, creating a soft, carpet for us to walk on as they release their individual fragrances as we step on them. On the opposite side of the embankment, we see right in the middle of our space of harmony, a lighthouse standing tall, strong, shining beams of light in all directions as a symbol of our united group soul. As we assemble there quietly, we hear a choir of birds fill the space with their clear, melodious notes, welcoming us to this unique space that we have been creating. A choir of angelic voices sing a soft tune, accompanied by the sound of harps, divas gently strumming the chords. And sitting still around the lighthouse, we feel the gentle warmth of the rays of the sun. Feel it on your face, on your chest, on your back, warming you up from the inside. And in the background, the breeze softly swishing through the tall eucalyptus trees chants a melodic lullaby. Master DK tells us that the eucalyptus trees are amongst the most evolved of the vegetable kingdom. So it's fitting for them to be here in our healing garden. These majestic trees cast their protective shadows on the grass as sunlight peeps through this peaceful garden. Around the lighthouse, we see a large, quiet pool of crystal clear blue waters. And flowing from the pool, we see rivulets as we hear the gentle trickle of water. We also see 3 wider streams of golden water flowing steadily. Across them are curved wooden bridges. In one area of the pool float lotuses of all colors in all stages of bloom. Some are in full bloom, revealing their gorgeous jewel, while others are just budding and barely showing their true color, but all reflecting their light in the healing waters below. Just beyond the pool, a hidden path leads us to a cozy and serene corner. A chair or a bench and a small fountain containing supercharged, vitalizing water, perfumed by a single floating lotus create the perfect spot for an informal sharing of one's difficulties or words of wisdom. Inhale the perfume of the flowers, imbuing and permeating the air as everything in our garden quivers with livingness. And if you know of anybody who needs healing, bring them in that corner. In the distance, we hear the soothing sound of water, and we follow it. And we come to a tranquil pool where cascading water gently hugs rocks as it joyfully spills in a blue pool below, while bubbles of spray ricochet spiritedly in the air. Lush ferns along the rocks draping in the water enhance the serenity of the place, while the fiery brilliance of the orange and red leaves of surrounding trees brings warmth and invigorating energy to the area. In our mind's eye, we follow a pathway which leads to flower beds. They are a riot of spring color, reds and creams and yellows and pinks of such vibrancy, winding their way like a gentle living stream among the trees. A row of violet flowers on either side of the meandering bed happily follows the path of the flowers as they release their subtle perfume. Butterflies flutter through the air with their iridescent wings, attracted by the silent serenade of the blooms. They are like the flowers of the air. Their delicate and fragile wings are like floating petals, catching the light and twinkling like diamonds in the air. While buzzing bees surf the open spaces from flower to flower, seeking pollen, which looks like scintillating bright golden pixie dust. Nearby, the soft and gentle babble of the water of the fountains reaches our ears. Lush green grass lines a gentle stream like a soft velvety carpet, and feel the coolness of the carpet of grass. The air is full of the sweet fragrance of the flowers in full bloom, adorning the fringes of the streams in this peaceful garden, quivering with life. Now, this garden that we've just created is our garden, our group garden. But let's take a moment to add a little corner that has our individual touch, enriching our group garden. Add the colors, the unique features and flora of your own country that you'd like to blossom in this serene space. Let's now invite the presence and the cooperation of the healing devas working under the Christ. Visualize them encircling our group and enlivening our garden with their magnetism. Sitting quiescent in contemplative reflection, our hearts beating as one. Let's link up with each other as we say the healer's mantra aloud together with purity of motive, inspired by a loving heart. We offer ourselves for this work of healing, and this offer we make as a group and to the ones we seek to heal. That is our fellow man, and you can name patients that you'd like to send healing to at this point. As we close our outer eyes, we open our inner eyes. Our third eye. As we endeavor to hold our mind unwaveringly in the group light. And we know that Master DK too stands steady, pouring out upon us his love and strength, and endeavoring to lift us up into a higher state of consciousness. We're now receptive to Master DK's radiant energy. The light of the lighthouse begins to shine brighter and brighter, intensifying gradually. And soon, this light begins to take shape and a definite figure appears. And in our creative imagination, it's that of Master DK. The lighthouse. Visualize calm waves of golden light poured by DK, streaming through our group, irradiating the garden around us, imbuing it with a stillness, with a bliss and peace of Libra. And feel that stillness descend and immerse the space in our group. And in the silence, let Master DK's words quench our thirst for loving understanding. Libra is a sign of balancing, of careful weighing of values, and of achieving the right equilibrium between the pairs of opposites. The emergence of the sense of self-direction and equilibrium. It's the point of equilibrium between soul and form. It signifies the emergence of free choice. It is consciousness of duality and the effort to balance the two. To the average man with no developed spiritual consciousness, the word goes forth again and again throughout the eons. And the word said, let choice be made. Today, the balancing of the scales is, however, upon the astral plane, and the desires of men are predominantly in a position of casting the deciding factor, where the weight of mass desire will turn them either towards spiritual decision or down towards material and selfish ends. Libra represents the narrow razor-edge path which runs between the pairs of opposites, and which, if it is to be safely trodden, requires the development of a sense of values. Hence, the reason why Venus is the ruler. And the power to utilize rightly the balancing analytical faculty of the mind. This sign is sometimes called the place of judgment, for it is here that the decision is made. It really marks the distinction between the ordinary wheel of life and the reversed wheel. In our creative imagination, let's choose a spot in our garden and let's create a distinctive feature in our garden which expresses the unique quality of Libra. That is stillness, balance, and poise. May those who visit our garden be inspired to make wise choices in their life. The constellation Libra occupies a unique place in the great wheel, for it is the energy coming from this constellation which controls the hub of the wheel. Libra, the point of balance where usually the moment for the reversal of the wheel takes place. There, the man has to decide whether to proceed as usual and according to custom, or reversing the wheel to pass through the burning ground to liberation under the impress of its ruler, Uranus. Libra, therefore, controls the moment of reversal of the wheel in the life of every aspirant. For there comes a moment in the life, in the cycle of lives, wherein a point of balance is reached and a relative equilibrium is attained. And over this event, Libra presides. Libra marks the interlude or a notable point of balance between soul and personality for the disciple before the strenuous testing and trial of Scorpio. And the interlude of balance as a prelude to a more effective and sensitive progress upon the path. Libra is the sign in which the first real vision of the path appears, and of the goal towards which the disciple must ultimately direct his steps. The response eventually comes back as a result of the evolutionary process, and from the soul. I choose the way which leads between the two great lines of force. This is the keynote of Libra for the disciple. I choose the way which leads between the two great lines of force. And from the standpoint of our theme, that is the evolution of consciousness, it must never be forgotten that the aim is to bring the solar angel, the son of mind, the divine Manasaputra, into the seat of power. And this task is preeminently entrusted to three great lives who function through Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. Under the influence of Venus, ruler of the air sign Libra, the soul as the higher mind from its high vantage point, objective and detached, stands at the still point of the fulcrum, balancing material personal desire and intelligent spiritual love for choice to be made. It steadily increases its power and control and produces the balancing of the pairs of opposites through the illumination which it brings to the lower mind in order to make the right choice, the correct choice, that is, towards the soul. Libra admits the soul into Shambhala, for it is the polar opposite of Aries, which is the place of beginnings. Libra demonstrates the perfect balance of spirit and matter, which first came together in Aries. Libra governs the legal profession and holds the balances between so-called right and wrong, between negative and positive. Cosmically, Libra, being one of the four arms of the cardinal cross, means the working out of the plan under spiritual and natural law, which is evolutionary in expression. This is the goal of evolution and its expression, and is steadily revealing the nature of God. For the laws under which this solar system of ours is governed are expressions of God's quality and character. This is legislation, or Libra in activity. The three Buddhas of activity in the council chamber of Shambhala are close to Sanat Kumara and came with him when he decided to take incarnation through the medium of our planet Earth. They do not belong to this solar system at all. They are as advisors to Sanat Kumara, where his initial purpose is concerned. Their task is to see that the will of God holds sway, that the laws of the solar system are upheld. They function as linking intermediaries between the logos of our solar system and the informing life of the constellation Libra. They relate these two great centers of energy to our planetary logos. As Michael Robbins says, under Libra, a shambolic sign, and peace, a shambolic quality, we are all learning to understand and obey higher laws. That is, the laws of the soul and the laws of the solar system. So if we wish as a group to do the will of God, we have to understand and render occult obedience to the laws of God. So then let's ponder on the following words from Master DK, echoing in our peaceful garden. The forces of Aries, Libra, the Sun, which are an expression of the Great Bear, bring about that focusing of energy in the life of the disciple, which makes it possible for him to function consciously and with intention upon the path of initiation. Through the potency of Libra, he has succeeded in achieving that point of balance, which makes the final escape from the pairs of opposites possible. Libra enables him to balance the material and spiritual law. He now knows, through transcended feeling and from identification with a seen vision, the true meaning of being. That is identification with spirit. Through the potency of Libra, the disciple then has succeeded in achieving that point of balance, which makes the final escape from the pairs of opposites possible. A profound statement. Let's ponder on this. And let the words just sink into the cells and impress their meanings into the cells of the lower mind. He now knows through transcended feeling and from identification with a seen vision the true meaning of being. So then let's distribute shambolic peace to humanity. And our humanity sorely needs this shambolic peace, that interlude. So let's visualize the flow of unconditional love or the will to good emanating from the triangle, the avatar of synthesis, the spirit of peace, and the Lord Buddha, powering the Christ at the center. Superimpose the radiating triangle on another triangle consisting of the Prince of Peace, Master DK, and our soul group. And let's superimpose these blended triangles on our group chakric triangle, made up of our group crown chakra, our group ajna, and our group alta major, as we vitalize this triangle with this shambolic peace, bringing it down, right down to the etheric plane, via our third eye. And now let's direct the dispelling radiance via our group ajna, right eye, left eye triangle. Let's place this blended triangle of radiant love and shambolic peace, impressing it upon the three planetary outlets in the world: London, Geneva, and New York. And let your imagination soar and think big. And let us sound one Om, carrying the Syrian fiery love or will to good as we direct it via the three planetary centers, via our ajna to the heart of humanity. And let us say the healer's mantra aloud in a low voice, saying it slowly and deliberately. May the love of the one soul focused in this group radiate upon you, our fellow men, and permeate every part of your body, healing, soothing, strengthening, and dissipating all that hinders service and good health. May the peace and stillness of Libra inspire right choice, and may the scales tip in the favor of the soul in all those who are touched by our garden. And let's picture our group together with the Christ, Master DK and the healing ashram, under a pine tree in our garden, saying the three great invocations together, grasping their significance and believing that they embody the will of the planetary logos. Backed by dynamic will, with the power of the soul behind a silent heart, an inner focalization on intent and meaning behind the spoken invocation, a purity of thought and an active spirit of loving kindness, making us a pure channel. Let us invoke the spirit of peace, an interplanetary agent of great power, whose cooperation has been promised if all aspirants and disciples can cooperate to break through the shell of separation and hatred which holds our planet in thrall. Let the forces of light bring illumination to mankind. Let the spirit of peace be spread abroad. May men of goodwill everywhere meet in a spirit of cooperation. May forgiveness on the part of all men be the keynote at this time. Let power attend the efforts of the great ones, so let it be, and help us to do our part. Let the Lords of liberation issue forth. Let them bring succor to the sons of men. Let the rider from the secret place come forth, and coming save. Come forth, O mighty one. Let the souls of men awaken to the light, and may this stand with massed intent. Let the fiat of the Lord go forth. The end of woe has come. Come forth, O Mighty One. The hour of service of the saving force has now arrived. Let it be spread abroad, O Mighty One. Let light and love and power and death fulfill the purpose of the coming one. The will to save is here. The love to carry forth the work is widely spread abroad. The active aid of all who know the truth is also here. Come forth, O Mighty One, and blend these three. Construct a great defending wall. The rule of evil now must end. By saying and voicing this second invocation, which was given to us in 1941, at the time of the Second World War, we are actually invoking the Shambhalic forces of light and the Christ from the secret place. And now let's conclude with a great invocation that he gave us in 1945. From the point of light within the mind of God, let light stream forth into the minds of men. Let light descend on earth, and visualize a shaft of light as you sound a blue Om. From the point of love within the heart of God, let love stream forth into the hearts of men. May Christ return to earth. And visualize a stream of love pouring down from the Christ on earth as we sound a blue Om. Visualize our united Om vibrating and resonating in the hearts of our fellow men. From the center where the will of God is known, let purpose guide the little wills of men, the purpose which the masters know and serve. And see a stream of will to good, of Buddhi, pouring down on earth as we sound a blue Om. from the center, which we call the race of men. Let the plan of love and light work out, and may it seal the door where evil dwells. Let light and love and power restore the plan on earth. And let us sound a fourth blue om. And now raise your clasp hands above the head and say, and so let it be. And help us to do our part. And bring them down to the forehead. And let them rest gently on your heart. To be radiated out into your immediate environment and beyond throughout the day. May the holy ones, whose pupils we aspire to become, show us the light we seek. Give us the strong aid of their compassion and their wisdom. There is a peace that passeth understanding. It abides in the hearts of those who live in the eternal. There is a power that makes all things new. It lives and moves in those who know the self as one. May that peace brood over us, that power uplift us, till we stand where the initiator is invoked, till we see his star shine forth. And may the peace and the blessing of the holy ones pour forth over the worlds. And may the light of the garden of our souls be on the inner plane what the sun is to the gardens of the world. A place of stillness, of balance and poise, and thus bringing healing and wholeness to many. Thank you, friends, for joining us today. May we be absolutely still and in contemplative stillness and poise during the day until the full moon in about 10 hours from here, from now, approximately. And we will see all of you in meditation as a group.